Welcome all. With this session, I'm going to share you bit points about software testing. First, we'll see what is software testing. Software testing is a process of executing a program with the intent of finding an error. A successful testing is one that uncovers an as yet undiscovered error. The testing techniques are broadly classified into two categories. One is white box testing and another one is black box testing. This white box testing is performed early in the testing process, and black box testing tends to be applied during later stages of testing. White box testing, it is also called as glass box testing, and this is used to find or to consider or to guarantee that all independent parts within a module have been exercised at least once. Then this test is used to exercise all logical decisions on their true and false sides and to execute all loops at their boundaries and within their operational bounds. And this is used to exercise internal data structures to ensure their validity. Next, we'll see black box testing. This is also called as behavioral testing. And this testing focuses on the functional requirements of the software. It is not an alternative to white box techniques, and categories of the errors which can be found by black box testing are incorrect or missing functions, interface errors, errors in data structures or external database access, behavior or performance errors, initialization and termination errors. So these are all the errors that can be found when you're doing the black box testing. Next, we'll see what is software testing strategies. Strategy. This provides a roadmap that describes the steps to be conducted as part of testing, when these steps are planned and then undertaken, and how much effort, time, and resources will be required to perform testing. Therefore, any testing strategy must incorporate test planning, test case design, test execution, and resultant data collection and evaluation. So there are different kinds of testing are available. Now let's see first test, which is known as unit testing. So focuses verification effort on the small unit of software design. Smallest unit means software component or a module of a project. When you're doing project, definitely the project must be a combination of group of small modules. So that is called as smallest unit. So, important control paths are tested to uncover errors within the boundary of the module. Next, when we are doing the unit testing, the points that we have to consider are module interface. The unit test is uh, is performed to ensure that information properly flows into and out of the program or the particular module what you're going to be doing the test on unit testing. The next, the local data structure to ensure that data stored temporarily maintains its integrity during all steps in an algorithm's execution. Next, boundary conditions to ensure that the module operates properly at boundaries established to limit or restrict processing. Then, all independent parts to ensure that all statements in a module have been executed at least once. Then, error handling parts are tested. Thus, unit testing test all these things. Next, integration testing. So, after the unit testing, we have to do the whole project testing. That is called integration testing. The objective is to take unit tested components and build a program structure that has been dictated by design. This testing is performed in two different ways. One is Big Bang approach, another one is incremental approach. We can use either of these approaches. Big Bang approach means all components are combined in advance. The entire program is tested as a whole. Incremental integration means top-down integration and bottom-up integration are available in this way. Next, regression testing. Each time a new module is added a part of integration testing, the software changes. New data flow paths are established. New IO may occur and a new control logic is invoked. It is the re-execution of some subset of tests that have already been conducted to ensure that changes have not propagated unintended behavior or additional errors. So this can be conducted either manually or using some capture playback tools. Smoke testing, software components that have been translated into code or integrated into a build. A build includes all data files, libraries, reusable modules, and engineered components that are required to implement one or more product functions. The build is integrated with other builds, and the entire product is smoke tested daily. The integration approach may be top down or bottom up. Benefit of Benefits of the smoke testing or integration risk is minimized. The quality of the end product is improved. Error diagnosis and correction are simplified. Progress is easier to access. Next, we'll see system testing. Under this title, we are having different types of testing. The primary purpose of this testing is to fully exercise the computer-based system to verify that system elements have been properly integrated and perform allocated functions. First one is recovery testing. So it is a system that uh, testing that forces the software to fail in a variety of ways and verifies that recovery is performed properly. If recovery is automatic, checkpointing mechanisms, data recovery and restart are evaluated for correctness. If it is a human intervention, the time or the mean time to repair, that is MTTR, is evaluated. Next one is security testing to verify that protection mechanism built into a system will in fact protect it from improper penetration. Next one is stress testing to execute system with resources in abnormal quantity, frequency or volume. For example, generate 10 interrupts per second when 1 or 2 is the average rate. That is, it is acceptable by the project. Performance testing. It is designed to test the runtime performance of software within the context of an integrated system. That is, it is often necessary to measure resources utilization in an exacting fashion. Next, system testing. Validation testing is there. Software validation is achieved through a series of black box tests that demonstrates conformity with requirements. Reasonable expectations are defined in the software requirement specifications, means SRS. So alpha and beta testing. At the end, acceptance tests are conducted to enable the customer to validate all requirements. The alpha test is conducted at the developer's site by the customer. The beta test is conducted at one or more customer sites by the end user of the software. So now we are at the end of the session. Now we are going to see what are the two populations of the software testing. They are verification and validation. As you all know, verification, this is working for finding whether the product is right or not through white box testing. Whether we have the product what we have done is right or not. Validation it is used to find whether we have done right product or not. Means verification will see whether we have done all the requirements which is given by the customer. Then validation which will show whether the requirements what we have done is working properly or not through black box testing. This is the difference between verification and validation. Now we are at final stage. Thus, the testing supports to provide a verified and validated perfect product to the customers for the end users with easy and understandable interface by conducting standard and systematic testing. Thank you. This is a reference I've used. Thank you. Thank you all.